I'm already late to Klosterneuburg Monastery. Luckily, I didn't have a lecture, but I did wake up way too late and my phone is acting stupid, so I'm in a tight pickle. But I should get to the bus soon, so hopefully I can get there on time. Bus! Bus! Train station here, so I could have taken the train here, maybe, I don't know, but if I did that, it'd be crazy. Oh my God, how long did that take? Wow, this is awesome. Now I gotta find my class.
So it's gone through a couple of renovations at that time, but you stayed in a building in a spot that was finished by 1134. This building was finished and it has not changed in size since then. So this was for its time in the early 12th century, a very large church. We'll get into some of the foundation in a moment. So the church has been around since 1114. It was founded by Saint Leopold, who is Leopold III. He was on the Markgraf, which is a marquess. If anybody kind of knows where the ranks of nobility are, that's kind of that's below a duke. He was the bottom bearer to the original ruling family of this area. We'll get into some of that history in a moment, but I just want to give you a brief overview. This is and since its foundation, it was always St. Leopold's idea in his mind to have this staffed by a religious community. Now, how many of you are, how many of you are, do I ask this in a friendly way? And then believe me, there's no judgment. Either way, it's good for me to orient myself as a group, that's all. Would call yourself not just Catholic by heritage, but actually attend Mass more than Easter and Christmas. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to go off the basis that we've got very little to no understanding of Catholic Church, Christianity, God, whatever. That's fine. We can all go to hell, so it's okay. Right? What? You can't say that. Yes, I can. You're in my home. If any of you know TV to come and argue with me, no, it's fine. No, please. It's sarcastic, okay? No. I myself am a convert to the faith, and I come from a Protestant background, and I come from a, as people say, Buntigisch familia. So very, very colorful, very, very diverse family. Great. So there is a difference between priesthood. There's different types of ways to live out your priesthood. One is in context of, in the best sense of the term, a fraternity. That's a religious community. That's when either men or women live together, pray together, share our meals in common, share our lives in common, and do, for us in this community, to be pastoral, taking care of the people that are entrusted to us. We have 24 parishes, 24 individual churches that this abbey takes care of, just here in and outside of Vienna. We also have a foundation on a single electric car, versus if you went and just bought a used car on the market today. I got a little mini. I can drive that for the next 150
double-headed eagle and the imperial crown, the archducal coronet, the St. Charles crown is all there. This church is dedicated to the birth of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. She's the mom of Jesus. So that painting is not the birth of Jesus, but the birth of the Virgin Mary. That's a picture, that's a painting of her being assumed into heaven, of her being crowned, and that one over there is us killing Turks. Because the Turks invaded Vienna, and they actually got up to Klosterneuburg, but they weren't able to breach our defenses. So we pushed them back to Kalmburg. So yes, there were cannons organizing the defense.
Ground, like is that like where someone's buried or something? Oh God, let's go. Wow.
His wife and 10 of the children are buried below us. But these are the steps that the pilgrims used to come down to go and pray at his grave. This altar is still used by us because when you enter the community, you come in your civilian clothes, and the abbot stands here, and you stand before him, and the clothes of the order are put on you, and you get a new name. So I wasn't born with the name Ambrose. I mean, I'm pretentious, but my family named me something even more pretentious. But nonetheless, so you get your voice name and begin your new life here. So this is an important place for all members of the community. This is the redundant altar. I'm going to stop speaking. You guys just spend a little time. As I said, it goes from left to right. Middle rank is life of Christ. And this is laws of, and these are Old Testament figures. Kind of, so you have the nativity of Samson, you have the Annunciation of Samson and Isaac, and the Annunciation of our Lord. Jesus here, it's actually wrapped up in shroud and in a little coffin, predicting what's going to happen to him. First depiction of an African in art, certainly in north of the Alps here, 12th century. And then this is where Nicholas of Verdun starts to get much more playful. And here he is sitting on top of the earth to judge it. And this is all having to do with last things. So Christ is the final raising the dead. This is heaven, that's hell. This is the raising of the dead and making his judgment. Ruler over the universe. People ask who's in hell. I point out, okay, that's Judas with the money bag. That's a king, that's a bishop, that's a monk, that's a canon. You know, so we all have a good sense of humor about ourselves. Okay. 14th century as an altar. Before that, it wrapped around the chancel. Good. And good, yeah, dasselbe. Ja, das ist dasselbe. Ja. The hurricanes that we did is where we put St. Leopold. The American oligarchy of the living. Because we're not looking at art now. When you go through a cemetery, recognize that these are all our cemeteries. Each gravestone is a vote for the way of life, the way they understood the world.
They're very, very rare. Very, very rare.
There's like a screen.
That was from here? Yeah.
I'm so never there when I came up, so that's nothing.
Wow. This is so cool. Okay, we better. I mean, this is wow.
See the ceilings?
Yeah.
There's like a painting. And did you see that there's a name right there or something? Or some words right there on the floor right there? They're faint, but
That's somebody's
yeah.
grave.
Yeah.
This doesn't.
Oh, this is someone buried there?
Yeah.
What? Wow, these look old and faded.
Because before every meal you had to wash up. So washing your hands and your face was a requirement before you went to your meals. So again, the notion that you didn't bathe in the Middle Ages. Well, okay, take a full-on hot bath. No, once a month. To wash yourself every day before. So you would actually enter through this door on the left. Well, my
So we do the wake and the coffins were all here. This is kind of cool. This is one of my favorite pieces of art that we have. Just because it's not a ton of day visiting because you can't really see it too well. Quickly, what do you think we got? This is kind of cool. It's kind of funky. I like it. 13th century. Okay. 1600s. No. That is actually correct. No, 12th century, sorry. 1100s. This is a gift from Agnes to St. Leopold. It comes from Verona, Italy. What else is famous from Verona, Italy?
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, which is actually a fascinating play. Here, FYI, one of my tutors at my university told me this, and it changed my whole view of it because I hated Romeo and Juliet. I thought it was so dumb. I'm like, you're 14, get over it. Why do a guy who's 60 years old with this? No, it was a warning by Shakespeare written to his daughter about young love and how, and that's why the priest says, if you want to live long, then love temperately. For swift to burn, it's actually all about the predatory nature of older dudes on younger women. So that's why
Romeo was 18, Juliet was 13.
Juliet as now a warning from a dad to his daughter about the predations of men, especially because Romeo was older and
18.
Juliet was 14. So actually, I was like, oh, I don't hate the story as much. I still hate it, but no. Anyway, Verona, Italy, which was very famous for its bronze work. So this is all bronze, cast bronze. And you see that it's kind of somewhat hollow because in the middle they put the wood of the mulberry tree that the veil had been wrapped around. And this stood in the center of the room screen. Before the Verdun altar got put in the center, this stood in the center of the church. So
Yo, so this stuff is actually, so this is older than the church. Yeah, according to their narrative.
Well, no, it's like the first few centuries.
Yeah.
Was like
But these were,
hundreds, 200s.
yeah, but these were like stored
The church was
here.
founded when Jesus died. According to their
No, I meant this specific monastery, not the overall church. Obviously, Jesus was
Oh yeah, of course.
supposedly the founder of the Catholic Church as a whole. I meant this specific monastery. Yeah. Damn, this is ancient.
stop in here because this is the last cool room we're going to be in for the rest of the day. So, we're about to step out into what's called the Leopoldi-Hof. Hof means courtyard. This is we're in the Altstift, so all of this is 12th century. Stone at the quarry, and they had to harvest the stone from another quarry. I actually like to blame the Turkish invasion as to why, which didn't happen for a couple centuries later, but one century here, 1 century there, who cares? Oh my gosh, why do you need to see it? It's actually kind of a fun movie, especially now that you've visited Vienna. Please watch the movie. Anyway, Joseph II, who I like to kindly and lovingly refer to as Kaiser Jerkface, Kaiser Jerkface wanted to shut us down. He was very anti-church, he was very enlightenment, despotic ruler. Anyway, he thought monasteries were too powerful, and we were always a thorn in the side of Kaisers, right? Because we're autonomous, we're democratic. We also had a bit of, so we were a great power source that was a counterbalance to autocratic rule. So Joseph II did not like monasteries, and he tried to shut them down. And he did a good job with us. He tore down, we had a couple of churches here that he tore down. Anyway, one of his rules, though, was that no cemeteries were allowed to be inside city walls. That was a hygienic rule. True about freshly dead people, but he thought about all dead people. So there used to be a graveyard here, which is very traditional, medieval times. You always had a graveyard attached to a church. All of them had to be dug up and moved outside of the city walls. And this, what's called a Totensäule, is a remembrance that we got most out, but this has been around for a long time, so we didn't get anybody. So come the resurrection, there's going to be some people coming out of here. So there's a light, which burns even to always, we always keep it lit.
It's
for
called
those.
Eine Totenleuchte?
Oh, yeah, this is ewiges Licht.
Ewiges Licht?
Yeah.
Totenleuchte? Oh.
Totensäule.
What?
Totensäule.
Totensäule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was also a remembrance on the plague that went through here.
Ah, okay.
So
okay.
it's also, it serves a dual function.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's hot. We want to find shade.
Although this building technically looks Baroque, it's not. It's technically classic in the sense that this is the corner that was built by, it was this side that was built by Charles VI. It was this side that was finished. Our library, which we are digitalizing our entire library because we have the largest private library collection in Austria. And so we're digitizing all of it, so scholars can look at it. Anyway, this is now we're going to look at the imperial apartments. We saw the secular, most important. And we'll kind of get a sense of, you met at the gift shop. That was originally planned to be the grand entranceway, the grand entrance for the Stift. It just never got built because Charles VI died. So this wound up being the main entrance to come and visit the royal apartments.
Oh, sorry.
If you want to take a look at the fresco, so what's at the center of the fresco is that obelisk. That obelisk has on it a medallion. The medallion is of Saint Leopold. And surrounding this obelisk are all different, what you could say are temporal virtues, espousing the virtue of the Habsburg Empire, the Habsburg royal family. Remember, Charles VI built this wing of the Abbey. He's the one who founded this. He's the one who made sure. He's the one who wants to show the connection of Habsburg with temperance, justice, and fortitude are those cardinal virtues that we scholars. These are just nothing but Germanic, 17th century, so late Baroque kind of Germanic idealism of the cardinal virtues: prudence, temperance, justice, and fortitude, espoused perfectly by the royal family and supported in the middle by Saint Leopold, who at this point is the patron saint of Austria. This was the Empfangshalle. So this is where if you were going to have a meeting with the Kaiser, you would have been first brought here and told to wait until you were called into some of the other rooms we're going to go visit. Are there any questions?
Oh, no.
So that's the top
That's right there. Those two small towers that are.
that we see.
Yeah, that's where the Leopold first left. Yes. That's the that's where the Polish forces.
Right. And that's
Yes. Everything on this side, all the green from this side on belongs to us.
So where's the small towers?
See there, those, just the tops of those church towers there are very small in the distance on the top, the ridge of that mountain over there. So they have the.
So that's the church right there. If you see on my camera.
That's the one that we saw when we were up on the cliff, the little church.
So it's that church right there in my camera.
So it is. You see there on the top of the hill, like go up the hill. up the hill,
Oh, wait
that
a
church.
minute. Oh,
Yeah. Tiny one.
there we go. That's a lot. You can see it. It's crazy. What the? Oh. That's weird. That is trippy.
Yeah. So anyway, so Napoleon, I was just asked, and I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to go ahead and say it's true. After the fourth coalition collapsed and Napoleon beat them back, again, he divorced his wife Josephine and married, does anybody know? Not, you already know. Maria Habsburg, right, Maria, a Habsburg princess, because he was desperate to get a male heir. So he comes into Vienna. Little worried, now what Napoleon had done throughout Europe was when he went into abbeys like this and he completely secularized them, he would close them down, kick out the community, and give that monastery to a local family who would then pledge allegiance and get all the money and the titles to him. So he destroyed hundreds of monasteries throughout Europe by completely bankrupting them, giving all of their lands and possessions and titles to small noble families. Same thing jerk-faced Henry VIII did in England. I mean, it's the exact same campaign. Rob the church to a noble, a very small group of people become insanely wealthy, but also radically devoted to you. It's a clever move. Anyway, he moves his army into here. We were a little worried he was going to do the same thing, but he had in mind to marry a Habsburg princess. Can't really shut this place down. However, a townsman from Klosterneuburg killed one of his lieutenants. So then Napoleon sat here, summoned the abbot and the dean, and he said, "You will pay me 3 times your annual income in gold today, or I'm killing every single member of the town in retribution for killing my officer. Every single civilian will be killed." We stood up and said, "But of course, your royalty," and came back and paid him off. So we paid the ransom for Klosterneuburg here. He drank a hot chocolate and left. And we never saw him again, the silly little Corsican. Okay, moving on. Audience symbol of the
Kaiser von Österreich und Ungarn.
wardrobe. Everything 17th century, what was à la mode means in style, was Turkish for your boudoir, your bedroom. This was the canopy for his bed. So this did belong to the Kaiser. This was for his bed. There would have been a canopy of similar size here, but it would have been red with the double-headed eagle, something about, the Habsburg bottom would have been shut off. So this was the Kaiser's, but it belonged to the bedroom. All right, so that's a power just like the men. In fact, in some mitred abbesses in Germany, France, Spain, and around here, not for a long time, both vor Frauen and vor Herren, gentlemen of the choir. And we had ladies of the choir. And this is one of the staffs that the mistress of the house had. She wasn't an abbess, she was a mistress. Or mistress would be the technical term. But she did have,
Wait a minute, there's people.
I don't really blame any of these guys for any of the bad things they did. It's like, if I was wearing that robe, I've done before they got scepter, I'd be like, I don't want to smash it. I don't want to smash it. Like, I would devastate more people.
I'm kind of drunk. So apparently this vineyard was established in 1100 or something. Oh God, I'm really drunk. Holy shit. Finished a whole bottle of Riesling. God damn it. I can kind of feel the effects. But again, it's not a sin to drink wine, because remember, Jesus apparently turned water into wine, so he likes wine too. I can vibe with that. Maybe. But this vineyard that you see here was established in 1100 or 1200 or something like that. This is the vineyard, I think, of Klosterneuburg. So it's ancient. This was older than the last one that I was at. Then the one that I was at on like day 2 or whatever, that's also an old one, but that was like 200 years ago. Still, this vineyard is older than the United States. Hell, I think by the time that this vineyard was founded, I think Spain was still Muslim and not Catholic. That's crazy to think about, but I'm also really drunk right now, so don't trust me. You can tell because my speech is off. I'm way more extroverted, which is an extreme red flag. If you're extroverted as an introvert, it means you've had too much to drink, but that's just me. I'm so extroverted. I hate this. This is cursed. This is actually cursed. This is an old ass vineyard. Seen a lot of history. Lot of history. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, God. Oh, wow, we get a nice view up here. You seen this? That was the monastery that we were just at. Wow. Probably looked even better from even higher. Look at these. That's, you actually had some Riesling. And yeah, I guess that Riesling came from vineyard wine that was homegrown. I don't know what to say though, because I'm still kind of drunk. I've literally finished a whole bottle. And I had spritz Riesling, which is great. Which is basically where you have like mineral water. And you mix it in with Riesling. And it is perfect for summer. And again, this is coming from someone who hates alcohol. But, yeah. And the monastery that I was just at, Klosterneuburg, I think, has a wine cellar. I don't think I got to see it, though, but, yeah. And the views of alcohol consumption in Christianity are interesting, because, you know, you had the prohibition movement in the United States. Meanwhile, you have Jesus here doing his Jesus stuff and somehow turns water into wine. So, yeah, Jesus likes wine. Fun fact. Maybe. I'm probably gonna get canceled for this. This is beautiful. This is a nice vineyard. Like, look at this view.